that cat coming down the street?
I don't know, but it sounds to me like that whistling man with the bone.
Sure having himself a ball.
Yes, that was that cat, all right.
Good morning, Blackbirds, and welcome to your Keene High Morning Show. I'm Maggie Thomas.
And I'm Matt Keller. Today is Monday, December 17th, day 2 on our schedules.
The library staff would like to remind everyone that now is the time to renew or return your overdue library books.
There are still openings on the 2019 trip to Quebec. The trip will be February 7th to the 9th. If interested, see Madame Riley in room 310 or Madame Wilson in room 309.
Attention seniors, the following must be turned into the yearbook staff by December 20th for your segment in the yearbook. Your baby pictures with your name and homeroom number on the back. Your nominations for the senior superlatives, your quotes and best memory at KHS, and your nominee for the yearbook dedication. If you did not get a headshot last week, call New England Studios at 355-1010. Mr. Offlet will schedule a convenient time for your headshot photo, free of charge.
The 2019-20 course selection process is underway. This week, students will attend grade-level meetings with their counselors to learn more about the process. Using the parent-student portal through PowerSchool, students will submit their course selections online. Students are encouraged to register at home or at school. The deadlines to register for classes is Friday, January 4th. Students will meet individually with their counselors in February, March, and April to review and discuss their course selections.
Any students interested in taking yoga during I-Time can now register during advisory. Yoga will run every Tuesday during I-Time. Space is limited to 9 students, so sign up early.
Last week in Keene High Sports, Keene Varsity Wrestling played Salem. Salem won with a score of 48 and Keene 25. Kyle Garapi and Joey Wilson had wins for the Blackbirds.
On Tuesday, December 11th, the girls varsity basketball team played Alvern and lost 31-29. It was a great game that was tied up until the final seconds.
The KHS boys varsity hockey team took a win against St. Thomas on Wednesday, December 12th, going into overtime and finishing with a score of 4-3. Jared Tattersall scored the game-winning goal with an assist by Brian Langevin.
That's all from us this week. Thanks for watching your Keene High Morning Show. I'm Maggie Thomas.
And I'm Matt Keller. And now Noah with Last Month Right Now.
The man with the bone.
Sure having himself a ball.
Hello and welcome to Last Month Right Now. I'm Noah. Today we're talking about facts, a piece of information used as evidence or detail to support a claim. You may also know a fact as those pesky things you gotta cite in your English research papers that are really confusing and nobody does properly. Now we're doing research papers in English right now with Miss Smith, and she's teaching us really well. It's just I can't write a research paper very well. In my citations, I'm on my third try, I think. It's pretty rough, but you should still talk to Miss Smith. She's a really good teacher, don't worry. Sign up next year, English 10 and English Uncovered. Now the reason we're delving into this today is because in this day and age, facts have somehow become subjective, almost fluid depending on the individual. For example, some people may say it's a fact that the Kardashians are good for society and are a positive influence on the teenagers they peddle their high-end products to. To this, I gotta say, I'm sorry, Keegan, but we can't be friends anymore. I'm done. In the last decade, thanks to the advent of Twitter and sites like BuzzFeed, the overwhelming desire to be first has trumped the need to be accurate. Just this past month, The Guardian published a story saying, with no conclusive evidence, that former Trump campaign chairman and wannabe Joe Pesci impersonator, Paul Manafort, secretly met with WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange in 2016. Now, this story was littered with inaccuracies and unconfirmed statements, but The Guardian chose to run the story anyway, despite all the lingering questions surrounding the story. A funny thing happened in the days that followed. After multiple news organizations came out saying they would not confirm any details of the story, which isn't very uncommon, given that the context of the story involved WikiLeaks and Julian Assange, sources were always going to be difficult to pin down. But despite all the lingering questions surrounding the article's accuracy, another big question arose, one that's shocking and a danger to a society that has a free press. One day after the Guardian story broke, Politico magazine ran a story raising the question if somebody planted the story to try to discredit the journalist who wrote the piece. The authors of the story, Luke Harding and Dan Collins, are now stuck in a journalistic nightmare. If it is true that somebody, we're looking at you, Russia, planted the story to make them look bad, then it's seriously scary. Both of them are having their credibility questioned. Any mention of the reporters going forward would include the caveat, according to a reporter who was once duped. The underlying question will always be, how can anything he writes be trusted? How can anything anybody writes be trusted? I mean, like, come on! Look at my research paper with Miss Smith, English 10 and English Uncovered. Now, the sad thing is that this is the natural progression of the track we've been on for the past few years. And because of that, this story probably doesn't come as a surprise to anybody. Distrust in the press has been growing every year. In a recent poll, 52% of Americans said they believe that online news websites regularly report false news, and 18% of Americans believe the press is the enemy of the people, which is only 2 points less than the Congress approval rating. How did we get to the point where the press was almost as equally as distrusted as Congress? A branch of the government that we gotta remember is the workplace of Ted Cruz, the Zodiac Killer. A man so unlikable, his own daughter doesn't want anything to do with him.
Hey, let's hop out of the way. We're taking it.
Ow!
Good jump. Good jump.
That's gotta be the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen. It's like watching Ted Cruz try to hug his daughter. Planning false stories isn't a new thing. You may be familiar some such as the incident with the Duke men's lacrosse team in 2006, in which the university's men's lacrosse team was falsely accused of rape. Birtherism, the conspiracy theory surrounding President Obama's birth certificate, or Deflategate, the shameful attempt by the NFL and the Indianapolis Colts to tarnish the legacy of Tom Brady, saying he had a general awareness of a scheme to deflate footballs during the 2014 AFC Championship game. None of these stories are true, especially Deflategate. Apart from his total disregard for the ideal gas law, there's no way this man would do anything that constitutes cheating. Look at that face. The only thing a man with that face does is beat the Colts by 35 points and win Super Bowls. Go Patriots! Cheer up, Indianapolis. Your football team may always get embarrassed by the Patriots, but at least your quarterback never did this.
Yes, Vince Wilfork is going to throw Brandon Moore back into his...
And that's a fact. That's it for this week. I'm Noah. See you next time.
Hey guys, it's Matt, your favorite morning show host.
Are you sure you're the favorite?
Yup.
No.
Yup.
I'm the favorite.
Nope.
I'm the lead anchor.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes. Yes. Look at me in the eyes. Yes, I am the favorite.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Hi, I'm Maggie Thomas, your favorite morning show host.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.